how to draw, how to just use the software in general, just feel free to ask me. So we're just gonna get started. So it'd be good if you guys have your mics on, just so that I don't have to keep looking at the chat. But if you're not comfortable, that's okay too. Okay. So we're just gonna go into the pencil brush and we're gonna make a canvas. So are you guys all at this stage right now? Give me a thumbs up or yes or.
Which size canvas do we do?
Oh, I'm just using my screen size. So I press the plus button here. I'm using the screen size.
Okay.
Okay, good. I can see that Diana's done that. And I think everyone's at this stage now. So I intentionally didn't bring anything for the first class because I find that when I tell you guys to draw like a fish or something, someone's like, oh, I hate drawing fish, right? So we're gonna do our own thing, but I'm gonna also try to navigate with you guys individually. So what we're gonna try to do now, we're gonna try to draw a character. So let's draw the baseline for the character. So make sure that you're on a layer. And we're just gonna sketch like a simple circle for the head. So whether it be like Roblox or like a My Hero Academia character or any kind of Disney character, we're just gonna start with this first. Okay. And after that, we are going to draw a cross. I'm sure you guys have seen this if you guys like drawing characters. This is one of the first things that people learn. So the cross is going to be indicating where your eyes and nose go. So on this vertical cross, we're gonna just indicate some kind of nose. This is just a sketch, so you don't have to go too deep into it, right? Don't think about it too much. Doesn't have to look good. The eyes are going to be on this horizontal line. Just gonna do this for the eyes. And the mouth like this. Okay, so whether it be like a Roblox character, I'm sure their faces are more round, or like an anime character, this base is going to be what you're going to be using. So on top of this circle, say if I'm drawing Roblox, I'm going to curve it in like this and make the face shape like that. Something that resembles like a Lego, right? This is just a sketch, so don't worry about if it looks too silly or not like a real person. If you're drawing like an anime character, you can try to make the chin pointy, right? Like that. So if you have any trouble, I can go through it one by one. Can help you guys out. It's a little difficult to see. Okay, so still the sketch. I'm just gonna draw eyebrows on top. And please, if you guys have any questions, interject. I don't mind if you guys talk over me. Just let me know what you want. Okay. So if you have the eyebrows, if you draw like a line from the eyebrows to the end of the face, you can draw the ears right under it. Okay, yeah, Diana, do you want to talk?
How do you erase?
How do I erase? Okay, so sorry I didn't go into that. It's so basic that I thought you guys would know, but what we do is we press on this button right here. Can you see? So if you press on that button, that's the eraser. So you can also choose what kind of eraser you want to use.
I did choose, but then like when I try to erase with my Apple Pen, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work? Okay, so if that's the case, try to go on see the left side of your iPad. Do you see these sliders? Make sure that they're all the way up, both of them. and then try erasing. Does it work?
Still doesn't work.
It still doesn't work. Okay. So, are you choosing an eraser?
Oh, now it works. Now it works.
Now it works? Okay, great. You don't have to always choose the eraser. You just have to press it once, okay?
I choose thinking.
Yeah, that's a good eraser. Okay, so I'm just gonna explain what these sliders do. If you guys don't know, this one is the brush size. Makes the brush bigger or smaller. This one is the opacity. So it's how thick it is. So if I make the opacity low, it's barely gonna show up. If I make it high, it's gonna be dark. Okay, so after this, we're gonna draw the hair for the character. So whatever character you have in mind, you can either look it up, right? Have it beside you as reference. So you can pull up a Safari tab or something, right? On your iPad, search it up, right? So if you have the character's hair, let's say like that character that uses explosions, I forget his name. But if you're drawing him, you would just try to replicate what that kind of hair is, but very faintly. You don't have to go in. You don't have to go into a lot of detail. This is just a sketch. So just draw a bunch of lines till it looks good, right? So Caitlin and Kyle, you guys following?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Do you
guys have
mind if
any
I join on
questions-
my computer so I can see what you're saying or drawing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you guys are on your iPad, it might be difficult to see what I'm drawing and draw at the same time. So something like what Diana has is perfect because she can see what I'm drawing and also draw herself. Okay. So I just want to ask, are you guys familiar with layers or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so Diana's the only one. All right. So Diana, if you have the sketch, I'm just gonna quickly tell you guys about layers. So if you press on this tab right next to the eraser, yeah, you see layer 1 and background color, right? So if you press the plus sign, you'll make another layer on top. The reason why we do this is now that we have the face of the character, we won't go into the body just yet. But if you have the face of the character, go into layer 1, right? Press this little N and it'll show up like that. Did you get that, Diana? Yeah? Okay, so if you got to this point, you just make the opacity low. We're just gonna lower it to like 15%, around there. And Caitlin and Kyle, I'm sure you guys know how to do this. But if you do have any questions, even though you know, please feel free to ask me. Diana, did you get that? Does it look like this? Okay, great. So now that you have that done, go to layer number 2. So the layer on top. And if you go to layer number 2, whatever we draw is going to be as it normally was, but the layer underneath is not affected by whatever we do on top. So say I drew this on top of my sketch and I want to erase it. If I go to the eraser, I can just erase the lines on layer number 2 without affecting layer number 1. Okay, so now that I sketched in the Procreate pencil, I'm going to go into inking. I'm gonna choose Studio Pen or Technical Pen. Let's choose Technical Pen. But you guys can choose whatever brush you want. Okay. So if you guys have done that, what we're going to do is we're going to trace over this. But you don't want to trace the eyes just like this, right? That's just going to look really silly. So either have a reference on your computer or your iPad open, right? And then you just trace in the shape of the eye. So say you're drawing Elsa or something, right? Then you would draw it. I don't have a reference, but you would kind of draw it like more rounder, right? Like this. Some lashes. Kind of like this. Big eyes. But not everyone's drawing the same character. So it might be a little difficult for me to see what you're doing. So if you have any individual questions, please let me know. But for this character, I can draw something like this. Oh, okay. Someone else is trying to join. Hi, Raj, Janya, are you here for the Procreate class?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. I wasn't aware that you'd be joining. Okay, but we got started already. So if you have your iPad, you can just pull up a just make a screen-sized canvas for now, okay?
I think that my parents are trying to like install Procreate, but it's not really working. So right now, should I draw it on paper and then once I have like the app, I use that after?
Sure, yeah, you can definitely do that. Yeah, but just pay attention to what I'm saying because the software itself is something I'm also teaching, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay. So what we were doing was we were drawing a character, but it can be a character of your choice. So I'm drawing a character that Kyle would like. It's a character from My Hero Academia. You, how should I call you? Not sure if I just don't want to mispronounce your name.
My name?
Yeah.
Oh, you can just call me Rajanya. Yeah.
Oh, Yanya?
Rajanya.
Rajanya. Okay. Yeah. So Rajanya, what we're going to do is just sketch a character. So how we started was we just had a circle. We made some shapes on it. I'll quickly demonstrate again. So we're making a circle. We made a cross to indicate where the eyes and the nose would go and the mouth. We're doing little circles for the eyes. Just an indicator for where the nose would go, and then a little indicator for the mouth. And then we develop its shape, face shape. Then the eyebrows. And then right next to the eyebrows is the ears, like this. So if you don't want to forget how to do this, just take a screenshot of this or a picture. That'd be easier for you guys for next class. And then we just sketched a random hair. So depending on what kind of character you want to draw, you can just draw whatever hair, right? So you can give him like a mohawk or something, right? Yeah, so after that, we lowered the opacity. We went onto a new layer. and with the different pencil. So I'm going over it really quickly with you, Rajanya, but next class, if you do have the app, I can just explain again, all right? So for everyone else, we're gonna keep working on this. And let me know if you have any questions, because I am going kind of fast and I can't see what everyone else is working on. But don't try to make it perfect. This isn't so that you guys know how to draw faces right away. It's more so that I show you how to use this software. Okay, so after that, we're gonna keep inking. And this is called line art. And I'm sure you guys that are familiar with digital art would know what this is. So this layer right now, say I wanted to erase a little bit of it. Say this chin, I don't like it. If I erase it, the layer underneath doesn't get affected, right? So Diana, are you following along too? Doing good? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so just keep going. Just gonna do it really quickly for you guys so I can show you what I'm planning to do. Because we have a lot of different ages and interests, the class is gonna be quite general, but I really don't mind if you guys have any suggestions for what you wanna learn. I can always adapt to what you guys want to do. Okay, so I'm drawing a little tiny nose here, and let's make him smile, a big smile, like this. So this is all separate from the other layer. I'm gonna give him eyebrows like this. And just draw his hair. Gonna make it really spiky. So you don't have to draw it the same way that I'm doing right now. It can be however you want, okay? And what kind of character you want, you can even search it up. Search up a character that you want to try drawing. So I'll just draw it like this. Not my best work, but I just want to show you guys what you can do with digital art that you can't do with traditional art, right? Okay, so now that I have my face ready, I can go into the layers tab. And then I'm going to turn off the initial sketch layer. So layer number 1, you press this check mark to make it disappear. But it's not really gone. It's just you can't see it, right? So this layer just can't see anymore. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to start coloring it in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this plus button, make another layer. And it's going to be below layer number 2. Feel free to interject me if you guys have. One day, can we learn how to draw Naruto? Oh, cool. Yes, definitely. It's one of my favorites. Oh, also, I forgot to ask you, Rajanya, if you can, please type in 3 interests of yours so that I can try to think of what we'll do tomorrow. Okay? All right. So if you have the layer underneath the line art layer, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the colors tab. So that's the little circle to the far right, far top right. And then I'm just going to color it in, let's say, like an orange color. So right now the color does not really matter. You just have to be able to differentiate it from the lines. So Diana, do you have the layer underneath? your lines? Yes? Okay, good. If you ever run into problems, let me know, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to just trace the inside of this character. The reason why we will do this is because then it will have an easier time coloring it all in. Okay. So make sure you get every crevice. Make sure it's all filled. I'm just gonna do it quickly, not as cleanly. So please excuse me if it doesn't look that good. And is Caitlin and Kyle following as well? You guys have any trouble? Yeah. Just don't feel shy, okay? I know it's a little awkward right now. This is the first time meeting, but yes, anime, Disney, and soccer. Okay, so we have two people that like Disney. So I think characters would be a really cool thing we can explore in this class. So if you guys have this done, what I'm going to do is just going to turn off the line art layer. So I'm just noticing here that there's some gaps. Oh, so there's a gap here. Yeah, and I think that was the only gap. So now it's completely filled in. And now what I'm going to do is you click on the colors, okay? Then you drag it like this. You come from the colors tab, drag it into the shape, and let go. It's gonna look like that. The reason why we do that is because when we turn on layer number 2, the line art layer, now our character is filled in, right? And that gives us a lot of flexibility to do a lot of things. Once you have filled it in, you might notice some little tiny pockets of white. So you can just go in and tidy that up if you want to, okay? If I'm going too fast, please let me know, okay? Okay. And now that we have this we're gonna call the flat layer. So I'm just going to rename it. I'm gonna say it's flat. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to press plus again. And now that our character is filled in, we press plus and there should be another empty layer on top. So you press on the thumbnail here. This might be the tricky part. So you press on, not the layer itself. Oh, you can actually press on the layer. And this drop-down menu is gonna show up. And we're gonna press clipping mask, okay? So that was a little difficult, so I'm gonna go over it again. We're gonna press plus. This layer is gonna show up. We're going to press it again. Press clipping mask. If you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute and let me know, okay? If everyone is good, can I get a thumbs up or a verbal okay? If not, let me know, okay? Diana's thumbs up. Caitlin's thumbs up. Kyle, okay, everyone's doing great. Okay. So now that we have done this, what we are going to do is go into the colors tab again. And let's say, I don't remember what this character's hair color is, but let's say I want it to be really, really red, okay? So I picked the red color, and now I'm just going to paint over it. But do you notice something? Do you notice how when I'm coloring, it doesn't leave this shape? Anyone wonder why? I want to make a guess. Yeah, so the reason why is because we did a clipping mask. So what that means is anything underneath this clipping mask layer, we're only going to be able to color what's underneath it. So as you can see, it doesn't spill out. But let's say I undo my clipping mask and now it spills out all over, right? But if I press clipping mask again, it's gonna stay right there. And why this is useful is because now we can feel freely just color in stuff, right? Don't have to worry about anything else. Just color it in how you want to. Sort of like a coloring book. So that's like one advantage of digital art. And even if your style isn't as clean as mine, that's completely fine. You just have to know the principles, right? And then you can use it on your own drawings. Because our class is kind of short, an hour might seem long, but for you guys to learn as much as you can, you have to do art on your own. There's no homework for this camp, but you have to enjoy art and you have to do it on your own time, and that's how you improve a lot. But I'll teach you the ways and the methods. And Diana, I think you raised your hand, right? Do you want to tell me something or ask a question?
Now it worked.
It didn't work?
No, it wasn't working before, but I just fixed it.
Oh, you just fixed it? Okay, great. But if you have any troubleshooting problems or any kind of problems, let me know, okay?
I do.
Yeah.
I was drawing it and then I tried the clipping mask. Instead of going in the part I want it to, it's just doing the outline of the person.
Oh, okay. So what must be happening is if you go into the layers, it must be right here. Oh, oops. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah. So you just have to move that. You just have to hold the layer and move the layer underneath, and then press clipping mask again.
Okay.
Yeah. But now that you do mention that, the same thing that you just did for the flats, you can do on the lines. So I'm gonna create a new layer right on top. We'll do that again. I'm making a new layer on top of the lines layer. I'll name it lines, okay? So it's easier. Line art. So on top of the line art layer, I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to put clipping mask on it. So say you don't like the black outlines, you just want it to be a little bit more of a soft image. Then what you do is you go to a colored line, right? So I'm choosing a dark red. Do you notice how the color is turning red? The line is turning red, right? Just in the parts that I'm coloring in. So now the hair and the outline color kind of match, right? So you can just do that for the hair parts of the hair parts of the lines, right? Oh, but look, I'm trying to color in the rest of my hair, but I don't know how to get this color again. What you do is you go with your finger like this, and you press on your iPad, and you just hold it there. And this will show up. This is the color picker. And if I let go, I have that original color that I used to color my hair. Everyone got that? It's a little confusing. So even if I taught you in this class, if you forget by tomorrow or next class, just feel free. If you're shy to ask me a question, then you can type it to me. Oh, okay. Sorry, Rajanya, I didn't introduce myself to you. So my name is Kang Min. I'm from Canada, but originally I was born in South Korea. Yeah, but I'm studying in Canada right now. So you can just call me Kang or Kang Min, okay? Great. So I'm gonna start coloring in the rest. Doesn't have to be as clean as this, okay? I'm going really clean on purpose so that you guys can see, but it can be really messy. It can be your own style, okay? There's no right or wrong to art. So I'll just keep doing that. And Kyle, you're not having any problems? Thumbs up if you're doing good. Or you can unmute and let me know.
I'm not having any problems.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I colored this hair in. And say you picked a skin color you didn't like, right? So now you're regretting it. Oh God, I have to go back into this flats layer and then change the skin tone to something else. And that's gonna be a pain. But there is an easier way to do that. There's an easier way to do a lot of things on Procreate and digital art in general, right? That's the advantages of you using Procreate. What you do is you click on the flat layer again. Instead of pressing clipping mask, okay, you press mask. Nope, you don't press mask. Sorry, you press alpha lock. So I'm gonna do that again. Sorry. Okay, so you're on the flat layer. You press, instead of clipping mask, you press alpha lock. And that doesn't change anything. But once you're still on the flat layer, I'm gonna go into a different color. Let's say he's more darker skinned. I'm just gonna color it in like this. And do you notice how it doesn't leave the flat layer? Now I'm just changing the color of his skin, just like that. So you can use that principle for anything that you're using, right? That you're drawing. And so let's say I wanted to paint in the eyes. I can also do that on the same layer. Like this. The mouth, like that. Let's give him some kind of tongue or something, so it looks like he's opening his mouth. Okay, so it's a little messy, but this is the first thing we're going to create. And I hope you guys followed that pretty okay. Do you guys have any questions before I move on? Dana, are you following well? Yeah.
How did you make it not go out of the lines?
Yeah, so I'll show you that again. So you have the line layer here, right? So I made a new layer on top. And then, oh, do you mean not go out of the line like the skin color, or do you mean the line color?
Skin color.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that again. So you press on the layer that you colored in, okay? And then you press alpha lock. So do you see the place with the little check mark?
Yeah, I did. I pressed that, but it still doesn't work.
It doesn't?
No.
Can I see your screen? Okay, so is the alpha lock on that layer on? Yeah, I think it is. So after that, did you change the color? Did you change the skin color?
Yeah, I changed it into just skin color.
Okay. Yeah, it should be working. So, oh, I get why. So if you press the N, if you press N on the layer, your layer opacity must be low. So you have to bring it all the way to max. And then you can change the color of it. Is that right? Does that work? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So after this, we're just gonna show you what you can do with Procreate. And a simple thing you can do is you press on this, this actions, the wrench on the top left. And we're gonna press video. So this is what I did. I pressed the wrench and then video, and then we're gonna press time-lapse replay. That'll show you our progress.